Community to Community's vision is development with dignity. No shame, no pity. We amplify dignity and progress led by the people of Petit-Goâve. In a world too often defined by headlines, something incredible is happening. Communities here don't just survive, they are working hard to thrive. Community to Community is working with the people of Petit-Goâve to restore vital resources. A much-needed canal is built one hand at a time. Roads are carved into a mountain with simple tools, bringing safe passage to their children and elders. This is development with dignity. And while access to continuous healthcare is saving lives, trees planted today will nourish future generations. Each person is building, planting, and teaching. We are not the heroes. You are. The person willing to support this movement and say, yes, I want to be a restorer of dignity. Join Community to Community.
Bonjour, bonsoir, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are today. I am Coach MarieYolaine. I'm the CEO of C2C and Focus Fire, and I would like to welcome you to Restoring Dignity with C2C Live. Today, I have good news and I have challenging news, but we press on. I'm sure you've heard by now that Hurricane Melissa has run through the Caribbean, impacting the Dominican Republic, Cuba, Jamaica, and Haiti. And all of those countries are in a challenging place right now, but at the same time, people are coming out of the woodwork, especially folks of all of the descents of those places, showing up for their countrymen. And those for Heart for People are also coming out and supporting what is going on as far as the recovery and the response rescue efforts that are going on right now. So we lift up our brothers and our sisters in Cuba, in the DR, in Jamaica, and in Haiti, who are going through a really difficult time right now. But I hope that they can feel that there are people all over the world who are lifting them up in prayer and providing support for them during this really difficult time. But on the other side of this, we believe will be healing and restoration. And in our community, specifically, we heard of a testimony, I can say, of one of our community members who was saying how one of their neighbors lost everything, and how the neighbors came through for her, bringing clothes and food and support because her home had been swept away. And that's what neighbors do, right? That when we live next door to someone, it's important not to just see them, but to know them as well. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, know those who labor among you, right? And oftentimes that's your neighbor that you ask to pick up your mail while you're away, or to watch your kids while you go to the store. And then when they need that, you do the same thing for them, right? Because that's what creates community, a bunch of neighbors who care about each other. And I want to also say a huge thank you to our C2C neighbor monthly donors who have really stepped up in this moment to make sure that C2C continues to get fueled with funding so that we can help the folks on the ground in Petit-Goâve. And Petit-Goâve was one of the hardest hit areas by this Category 5 hurricane. And we have enacted our emergency response initiative. So, and many of you have seen the flyer of our appeal that we've put out of needing these funds now. As you can see on this flyer, these are folks trying to get across the Digue River. And regrettably and unfortunately, on last Wednesday, due to the heavy rainfall, the river banks overflowed at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and like a tsunami of flooding happened in the community. And so people were caught completely by surprise, having this much flooding come into their homes and wash out. And so, unfortunately, there has been loss of life. I think it's 24 at last count, and about half of that were babies and children. So it has been the job of A.P.H.D and O.D.C.P, A.P.H.D and O.D.C.P, who have been out helping with the rescue efforts and identifying people. So this appeal that we've made is really to help in securing clean water, food kits, the rebuilding of homes, hygiene kits for women, and definitely trauma and mental health support that folks really need right now. So I wanted to share some of the videos that Responsable Eugène has brought to us, and I want to bring him on because he and I are going to be talking about some of the videos that you're going to see. So, Responsable Eugène, moi nous bienvenue matin et merci pour avec nous pour partager qui est en dette et me présenter tout le monde qui est avec nous. So, moi nous merci aujourd'hui.
Merci, responsable.
So, je vais montrer quelques vidéos que nous avons partagées, que nous avons samedi, pour montrer mon situation en Théaconia. So, some of the videos I'm going to show you all right now. So, this is the Digue River that was overflown. And as you can see, that these are some of the last folks that were trying to get across while after the river had overflowed into the homes of the folks that were on the other side. So you can see the torrential, how the torrential rains came in. The bridge was completely gone. So people were crossing across on foot and helping their neighbors to get across. We have another video too of just how strong the waters were in the second video that you'll see of how the waters literally were just raging across, right? And if you look in the back there, you can see right past this young lady, the height of the water with those cars, that the water is at the top. And this is the river coming in and just completely ramming them, the cars off of the street. And you can see the people there, they're trapped on the other side. So we also received a third video from our other association, community association. And this is the canal that they are currently working on. And so much dirt and debris fell into the canal that work had to stop because the water is basically trapped there. And this next video, you'll be able to see the captage is the source, is where the water is being kept. And where he's standing, you can see to the left of him, the red top there, and that is the covering. And then this is where the water is being held. And no one can get to it because, as you can see, the water is up to almost the top of it. And the fear here is contamination of the water. And that comes with bacteria, which we are already preparing for a cholera response as well, that could come out of this situation. And this next video shows on the mountain, the school is where a lot of the community went for safety. And the school itself was also flooded, but not to the extent of the other locations because of how the school was built. But one of the things that was learned through this experience was where the water was coming in. And the doors are made in order to let air come through. But as a result of that space right at the bottom of the door, which you'll see in a moment, as a result of that, the water was able to come through. And so one of the things that we're going to do post, Melissa, is to secure another door that will make sure that the water is not able to come into the building, and also to build a retaining wall that will prevent, as you see there, like the bottom of the door, that's where a lot of the water was able to come in. That's one of the primary ways. But the second was that there isn't a retaining wall that is on the outside of the door that would prevent the water from coming in. As you can see, it goes straight into the school. So this is why I'm glad that Responsable Eugène is with us today, that we're able to get an update and then also share with you where the funds that we have, that you have given to us, what we're going to be using those funds for in response. So, Responsable Eugène, mwen bay moun yo an ti update sou video sa yo ki moutre yo rive la digue la situation pou kanal la avek l'école la. So mta vle se depi 11 semaine koun ya, depi Melissa te frappe Petit-Goâve, ke ou ka ban nou ti update kote tout ba ye, la fini mta reme pale ki sa nap utilize don ke moun ap ban nou nan repons ke nan bay la. So mde vle bon miko.
Merci, responsable MarieYolaine. Nous disons bonjour à tout le monde qui attend de nous.
So thank you, Responsable MarieYolaine. I would like to say hello to everyone who's watching us.
Et non, moi, c'est LaPeine Eugène.
I am Eugène LaPeine.
Je suis coordonnateur A.P.H.D.
I'm the coordinator for A.P.H.D Community Association.
C'est Association de paysans O.D.C.P.
And this is the association of the 12th zone in Petit-Goâve.
Nous placés en ligne de crête entre Digue River.
So our community is between two great rivers.
Et nous, sous tête bassin versant la Digue.
The first one is the La Digue River.
Et sous tête bassin versant de la rivière de Grand Ravine.
And then there's a river called the Great Ravine.
Et Melissa passé, il fait un pile de dégâts.
Melissa has come through and made a lot of damage.
Pendant la première semaine, la situation va pas dégénérer à Petit-Goâve.
So during the first week, the situation degraded in Petit-Goâve.
Mais du fait que pendant plus d'une semaine, la pluie a tombé,
because for many weeks the rain had continued to fall.
Lorsque la pluie avait tombé plus fort, sol avait saturé.
So because of the rain turning to torrential downpours, the soil became saturated.
Donc, rivière vient éclater, il fait dégâts ça.
So the river overflowed its banks and flooded into the community.
Donc, dans le jour qui était mercredi 29 octobre 2025 là,
So Wednesday, the 29th of October,
la commune de Petit-Goâve est levée avec un goût amer.
The community of Petit-Goâve woke up to this tragedy.
Et comme nous voyons parti dans vidéo,
as you have seen in some of these videos,
et depuis là, ça, on a travaillé.
Since then, we have been working.
Nous avons participé dans plusieurs clusters avec les autorités et les organisations de base.
We are participating in many clusters in the community and the local government, along with other partners.
Et il y a des organisations internationales également.
There are also international organizations as well.
Et actuellement, nous avons un deuxième bilan partiel toujours.
Répétez encore, responsable.
Nous avons un deuxième bilan partiel toujours des gars Melissa.
There's another impact that Melissa has had since touching ground.
Bilan partiel de l'ouragan Melissa,
The other thing that Hurricane Melissa has done,
quantité nombre de morts, nous avons 31 pour le moment.
so at this time, the number of fatalities has increased to 31.
Il y a un pile de monde l'école qui mourit.
There are a lot of school children that were killed.
Nous avons 23 monde qui disparaissent.
We have 23 people still missing.
Nous avons 181 maisons détruites.
We have 161 houses that have been destroyed.
Nous avons 226 maisons inondées.
We have 226
maisons inondées.
226 homes that are inundated with water and mud.
Et nombre de familles sinistrées, c'est 1535.
1535, right?
Oui.
Okay, there are 1,535 displaced families.
Nous avons des écoles qui inondées.
Des écoles?
Oui, nous avons plusieurs écoles qui inondées.
Oh, we have many schools that are also inundated with the floodwaters.
Et 60% bêtes qui dans la communauté a détruit et mourir.
60% of the animals in the farming community are destroyed or dead.
Nous avons une route nationale là qui branche environ 4 départements qui est coupée.
We have the national road numéro 1. This one's up.
Numéro 2.
Numéro 2. Okay, there are two main major roads that run through the country. There's National Road 1 and National Road 2. And he is saying that National Road 2, there are parts of it that are cut off so that folks are not able to enter into Petit-Goâve. Mm-hmm.
Les connectés départements Nîmes, Grand'Anse et Sud et l'Ouest et Sud-Est.
So this road connects. Est-ce que vous pouvez répéter location yo une par une pour me dire s'il vous plaît? I ask him to do them one at a time. This road connects the following locations. Vous mettez commencer.
OK, on dit route nationale là, les connecter 5 départements ensemble.
It connects 5 communities. Mm-hmm.
Département l'Ouest.
The West.
Et Sud-Est.
Southwest.
Et Nîmes. Sud.
The South.
Grand'Anse.
And Grand'Anse. Merci.
Nous gagnons également et routes et agricoles qui endommagées.
Also, the agricultural routes are also damaged.
Nous gagnons route de pénétration également qui endommagées.
Lors des routes de pénétration, ça veut dire?
Par exemple, ça qui entre dans plusieurs rues côté moun yo habité.
Ah, I see. So along with the main roads that he was just mentioning, he said that there are many side roads that go into the different neighborhoods that are also damaged.
Nous avons plusieurs captages qui endommagés également.
And there are many captages, which is the structures, the cement structures that it's like a cistern that holds water that are also damaged.
Jardin paysan yo détruit 90 à 95%.
90 et 80. Okay, so the gardens of the farmers on the mountain, 90 to 95% of them have also been ou détruits ou bien dommage.
Détruits.
That have been destroyed.
Okay. Nous gagnons glissement de terrain dans plusieurs zones.
Glissement. Okay, so many of the areas are also very slippery due to the mud and the flooding.
Okay. Nous gagnons plusieurs garages, environ 3 garages dans la zone tout près la rivière la Digue qui inondée.
Lors des garages, ça veut dire?
Côté mécanicien réparer machine, motocyclette.
Thank you. So I asked for an explanation. So many of the auto mechanic garages in the area are also destroyed or inundated with floodwaters.
Dans zone ça, nous avons 3 temples vaudou également qui inondés.
Répétez dernier sordia.
Il y a 3 temples vaudou.
Soit tam vaudou. Ça veut dire, pas comprendre, pour m'expliquer.
Vaudou, c'est...
Vaudou, on connaît vaudou, on dit 3 tonnes.
Temple.
Toi, temple.
Oui, temple. Côté vaudou, yo réuni.
Oh, qui détruit?
Oui, qui endommage.
Okay. Dommage. Okay. So he was saying that some of the temples or places of voodoo religion are also damaged.
Alors, jusqu'à présent, nous sommes toujours dans la phase partielle toujours.
Expliquez-moi qui ça c'est partiel pour me traduire, s'il vous plaît.
Ok, ça non dit qui partiel là, c'est que nous pouvons finir gagner toutes données pour complet.
I see. So I asked him to explain what he just said of how much they've completed. He said at this point, we're still not complete in search and rescue in order to complete a full report of the lives lost, of property damage, of people missing. We are still in process.
Nous avons gagné des ateliers de travail sur le terrain.
We had 2 groups that were working the area.
Et protection civile.
Civil protection.
Et les autorités locales.
The local authorities.
Et plusieurs représentants des organisations de base.
And representatives from the local organizations.
Et quelques organisations internationales également.
And some international organizations.
Par exemple, PAL.
For example, les PAL, c'est non-organisation?
PAM.
Oh, PAM.
Oui. Nous avons Médecins du Monde qui étaient présents également.
Oh, and Médecins du Monde, I know this. Comment vous me dites ça en anglais encore?
Médecins du Monde sans frontières.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Sans frontières. That's the one I needed. Thank you, responsable. So, Doctors Without Borders.
Nous avons UNICEF qui était présent.
And UNICEF.
Et atelier de travail, ça c'est pour aller dans exactement côté problème hier.
And these organizations were going more so in the areas that they were needed.
Identifier les vraies victimes.
So that they could identify the victims.
Okay. Et parce qu'il y a des recommandations que nous allons faire.
There are 2 recommendations we would like to make.
Premièrement, on a regardé besoins essentiels.
First, we will look at the urgent needs.
Dans besoins essentiels, nous avons besoin de kits d'hygiène et assainissement.
So, hygiene kits, assainissement responsable, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire?
Assainissement, par exemple, caille qui comble yo, et côté route là, gen trou là dans boucher yo, côté gen des boulons dans terrain, et enlever les débris.
So, to clean up the debris, to patch the holes in the roads, and to help repair the damaged homes.
Et n'a besoin de kits abri.
And also materials for home repair.
T'as bien là dans une bâche.
Oh, abri pour shelter, abri pour moun.
Exact.
Okay, temporary shelters.
Okay. Et la dernière, alors, c'est faire ça, bien réparation maison qui endommagée, tôle qui chape, qui découvrir.
And securing the materials to repair the homes that were either destroyed or rebuild the homes that were destroyed or repair the homes that were damaged.
Et, par exemple, on a besoin de matelas, lampe solaire, tout fait partie de kit ça.
So part of this also will include solar lamps and air mattresses.
Et puis, on a besoin de soins sanitaires tout.
Also hygiene products.
Parce qu'il y a un pile monde qui est traumatisé.
There are a lot of people who are traumatized.
Donc, après, mon yo fin perdu tout bagay, il y a si monde qui mouri, même si mon nan campé il pas mouri, mais traumatisé en quelque sorte.
So, even though he said that there are people that you will see who have lost everything, including their children, And even though that they are standing, they are still traumatized.
Par exemple, n'a besoin soins d'urgence,
So we will need emergency, urgent care.
intramédicaux,
C'est ça, veut dire en toi médico, s'il vous plaît.
il y a besoin des médicaments, et fait formation pour eux, il y a des médicaments qui sont appropriés avec le problème.
For those who've also lost access to their medicine, we will be doing we will create an opportunity for them to also secure medication.
Et puis, l'important pour une sensibilisation aux maladies hydriques.
Hydrique?
Oui. Alors, ça nous du fait que en pile monde participer dans l'eau sale, l'eau qui mélange avec la latrine, donc il peut le au gratel, il peut provoquer choléra également.
Yes. So we were also planning to do a cholera intervention since we know that many of the people may have drank the water that is contaminated with multiple airborne bacteria or diseases.
Et puis, en termes de recommandations,
another recommendation,
on a besoin tirer rivière la Digue là, alors rivière yo,
that we need to reinforce the riverbanks
et refaire berge yo en gabion.
so that we can. Lors du gabion, c'est pont?
Non, gabion, c'est protéger berge yo.
Okay.
Rivière les deux bords.
Okay. So the structures that we would put up against the riverbanks that would keep it from overflowing.
Et puis, après ça, alors ça c'est pour les autorités, ça c'est projet gouvernemental.
So this that I'm speaking of is more so the government's responsibility.
Et pont la Digue là a besoin de reconstruire.
The Digue River Bridge will require reconstruction.
Et ensuite, dans la recommandation, nous devons proposer pour que nous gagnions un site de décharge.
Répétez ça encore, s'il vous plaît.
Et doit gagner, les autorités locales doivent déterminer un site de décharge.
Lors des sites de décharge, c'est moi ça ne pas comprendre.
Par exemple, ça qui provoque là, tout ça qui gagne comme déchets dans la ville là, fatra, et la trier, jeter dans la rivière là.
Oh, okay. So he says the local officials are going to be responsible for making sure that folks are not putting things, trash, etc., into the river.
Merci, responsable MarieYolaine. Nous pas dire tout, mais en gros, nous faisons résumé de bilan partiel cyclone, du passage cyclone Melissa.
So thank you so much for hearing me. This is not the total list, but this is what we wanted to bring to this meeting to let you know what the needs are after Hurricane Melissa.
Et normalement, la commune de Petit-Goâve besoin support tout le monde.
Normally, the community of Petit-Goâve really needs everyone's support.
Et spécialement des gars, la rivière la Digue là, ils sont des gars qui exagèrent.
So especially in this time, because of the overflow and the river breaking its banks, has made this now an urgent need.
Et pour le moment, on a pensé en aval dans la rivière là.
For the moment, we're making this, what has happened to the river, a priority.
Et en pile monde focus pour que route la débloquée qui rivière là.
So a lot of people, though, would prefer that the roads get unblocked than prioritizing the river.
Mais cependant, tête la besoin protection tout.
But I suggest that the head needs as much focus and attention as the tail.
De 2009 à 2012, A.P.H.D, C2C fait un pile travail dans tête monde.
From 2009 to 2011, C2C and A.P.H.D have done a lot of work on the mountainside.
Planter un pile pied bois.
Planting a lot of trees.
Men Melissa krasè an pil la dan yo.
but Melissa destroyed a lot of them.
Travay sa yo pral bezwen rekontinye.
This work needs to be restarted and continued.
E li pap ka kontinye san sipot tout moun.
It will not be able to continue without your support.
Se sa k fè nan di a tout moun ki ap tande nou.
This is why we're saying to everyone who is listening,
E nan mando pou kolabore avèk partener nou CDC.
we ask you to collaborate with our partner C2C.
Donk nou pa de partener ki renkontre pou seulement pendant pasaj siklon nan.
We are not the type of partners that only come together in emergencies like this hurricane.
E nap travay pou nou devlope yon kominote ki vreman vulnerable.
We are working together to develop a community that is truly in a vulnerable state.
E depi 2010 nap travay ansam nan kominote sa.
We have been working together since 2010 with this community.
E genyen yon go impact positif pandan nom d'ane nap travay ansam.
And there has been a lot of positive impacts due to our working together since 2010.
Genyen an pil ti moun ki kon parkouri 7 a 8 km pou yal nan l'École nationale Charlemagne.
For example, many students, many children do not have to walk 7 or 8 kilometers to get to school.
Nou pemet ti moun yo jwen l'ekol nan kominote sa.
The children now have their own school in their own community.
E de 2010 a 2020, nou te selman kembe l'ekol la de preskolè a 6e ane.
From 2010 to 2020, the school only went from kindergarten to 6th grade.
Donc, en 2021, nou ajoutel de 3e cycle.
So in 2021, we built the permanent school multi-purpose building that took the grade to high school.
Pendant 15 ans de travail ensemble, nous pas vraiment ouais importance travail non.
Working together for now 15 years, we really had not seen the importance of the work that we were doing.
C'est l'arrivée dans fin année académique 2025-2026.
It's when we came on the school year 2025-2026.
Non, excusez-moi, 2024 et 2025.
That's what I thought. School year 2024 into 2025.
Et puis, nous venons nous gagner une carence financière.
And then we saw that we have a crise.
Nous venons une crise économique.
Yes, we realized we had an economic crisis.
Et puis, nous dit n'a campé 3e cycle là, n'a campé et premier et 2e cycle seulement.
We said that we were going to keep up to junior high, but that we were not going to be able to continue with high school 10 through 12.
Et puis, tout parents révoltés.
And all of the parents said no.
Ils ont fait une manifestation pendant 15 minutes.
They came to express themselves and protested for 15 minutes at our meeting.
Et puis, non pas mauvais.
We were not upset at this.
N'a évalué travail non.
We went to evaluate our work.
Nous ouais eu raison yo.
And we could see that they had a reason for how they were feeling.
Il y a des déclarations parents yo fait.
There were declarations that some of the parents made.
Ils dit avec l'école là, ti moun yo souffri moins.
They said, with the school being in our community, the children suffer less.
N'importe ça nous joindre nous manger, ti moun nan tout manger le tout.
Anything that we find, we know that our children will benefit from it as well.
Mais yon nan bagay ki vraiment activé yo.
But one of the things that really activated them.
Et ti moun nou gen ki sou participer dans examen l'état yo.
The children that went to take their national exams,
Yo participe dans l'école communautaire Saint-Louis.
they participated under the name of the Sao Luis Community School,
80% réussi là-dedans yo.
and 90% of them passed this exam.
Donc ça vient de mettre parents yo vraiment actifés.
So this really encouraged and inspired their parents.
Nous obligés pour une décision avec partenaire nous c'est décider rapide vite.
So we quickly connected with and made a decision with C2C.
Même si nous pouvons avoir l'argent, mais nous avons une obligation pour nous continuer avec le troisième cycle là.
Even though we do not yet see the funds, we believe that we have an obligation to continue the school all the way through 12th grade, through high school.
L'on a rencontré responsable MarieYolaine en 2010.
When we first met C2C in 2010,
Il était joint nous en bâtonnel en paille.
they found us under tarps and sticks.
Nous construit plusieurs abris provisoires avec ensemble.
We had since together created multiple temporary school shelters.
Chaque cyclone qui venait, il enlevait la lave.
Every hurricane that would come through during hurricane season would literally lift up the temporary shelter, destroy it, and blow it across the mountain.
Nous recommencer encore.
And we would have to start again.
Mais nous disons bon Dieu merci.
But we say, thanks be to God.
Et en 2021, à date,
And that in 2021,
nous gagnons un gros abri multifonctionnel.
that we have this multifunctional building.
Mais il s'est passé, il inondé, de l'eau entrée en dans les gains des boulets terrain et sous la croix.
Even though Melissa struck it very hard and some rain and mud got in,
Mais il était construit pour non parasismique et paracyclonique.
but it was made to be hurricane and earthquake resistant.
Donc, il n'est pas endommagé lui-même.
So it received no damage.
Donc, c'est un gros impact pour la communauté. Hein?
So this is a great impact and a positive impact in the community.
Donc, même si encore à tout le monde qui attend de nous,
So I say again to everyone who is listening,
fais-nous confiance.
have confidence in us.
Non pas une organisation qui est occasionnelle.
A.P.H.D is not an organization that operates occasionally.
Mais non, c'est une organisation qui fondée, qui identifie des problèmes, qui mettait des structures sous pied pour nous diminuer les problèmes qui sont dans la communauté.
But it's an organization that is founded on infrastructure and commitment to the community, to finding out the issues in the community and finding solutions to those problems.
Et c'est ça qui fait le domaine d'intervention non est important pour Haïti.
That is why it's important that the work that we're doing is important for all of Haiti.
Première intervention, c'est dans l'environnement.
Primarily, our intervention is first in environment.
Parce que zone noire te déboisé net, tout ça les couches arabes qui sous sol là te dégradé aller dans la mer.
So one of the first focuses was environmental stabilization because our mountain used to be bare.
C'est ça qui fait responsable MarieYolaine te dit, il pas venu pour le travail sous A.P.H.D.
This is why when Responsable MarieYolaine came, she said that she did not want to work on A.P.H.D.
Elle vient pour nous travailler ensemble.
But that she came that we would work together.
Et puis, il va les non réparateurs.
Amen. That they would then call us the repairers of the breach.
Et effectivement, ça a commencé à transformer.
And in a short while, the community and the area started to transform.
Deuxième intervention, c'est dans l'éducation.
Our second area of intervention is education.
Troisième intervention, c'est santé.
And then our third is health.
Et quatrième intervention, c'est route.
And the fourth is construction and road building.
Et puis WASH.
And WASH, which is a hygiene and sanitation.
Li resume en pile dans sa nou di.
So this is a long resume that I have shared with you.
Et tout ça nou di yo, nou komanse fon bagay nan tout.
All of that I have listed, we are working in each of them.
Nou gen captage l'eau ki komanse.
We have the captage, which is where our water source is and which contains the water for the community.
Bien que Melissa endommage yo,
Even though Melissa damaged them,
nou genyen, nou fè plizè aktivite, nou rele li Semaine bon santé, nan bay moun santé.
we still have been able to produce the continuous care initiative that came out of our first Good Health Week.
Après des semaines bon santé, nou chanje li, nou rele soin continu.
After the first time that we did the continuous care Good Health Week, we then changed it to the continuous care initiative.
Nou utilize des médecins et des infirmières professionnels.
And we utilized professional doctors and nurses that were local.
Par exemple, nou te genyen Dr. Muriel.
For example, Dr. Marielle, who's an emergency room physician.
C'était yon employé de l'hôpital Saint-Boniface de Fond-des-Blancs.
She was working at the l'hôpital Boniface?
Saint-Boniface de Fond-des-Blancs.
Saint-Boniface de Fond-des-Blancs was the location.
Nou te genyen Dr. Peter.
And also Dr. Peter.
Li te travay nan son nord, nan l'hôpital Mibalè.
And he worked in Mirebalais at the hospital, the main hospital there.
Nou genyen kom infirmier, sa soti ou sein de A.P.H.D, Raton Kitley.
We also have Kitty Raton, who is the nurse of A.P.H.D.
Li te Fond-des-Blancs également.
She was also in Fond-des-Blancs.
Li te fon bon tantou nan l'hôpital général de Petit-Goâve.
And studied at the General Hospital in Petit-Goâve.
Donc, service non bay nan communauté a, non assuré non son service qui fiable sans doute.
So we assure you that the services that we provide for the community are vast and are necessary. So, responsable, pour ça dia, ça c'est belle information. I said this is good information to give you all an overview of how important A.P.H.D's work is in the community. Et responsable mwen di yo ke resume ke ou bay la ki montre pou ki sa A.P.H.D très nécessaire nan community a, pas seulement nan Piton, même ka di pou tout Petit-Goâve, vraiment. Et nan tan nou genyen, parce que tan koute, et m'ta vle pale de sa na pense pou nou fè nan comment m'ka di sa, et ma prend 2 minutes avant nous finir. Ça n'a pas essayé fait dans l'argent n'a pas massé. On va parler sur ça un petit cas pour m'bay moun yo un exemple. Okay? So I told him that I'm going to share with you all some of the things that we're raising the funds for. So the food, as we said, we have multiple tiers here. So with the $10,000, we're able to provide food, clean water, temporary shelter for displaced families. We're able to purchase boots, gloves, shovels, and gear for 5 community-led search and rescue teams, and also fund trauma support workshops and emergency medical supplies in our 2 partner communities. For $25,000, we want to repair the damaged homes and reinforce the mountainside structures. Also, he mentioned earlier, restoring access to blocked roads and canals, and of course, supporting the local equipment and labor sources that we have, and provide a month's worth of sanitation service, latrines, water purification, hygiene kits. And then with $50K, that we want to fully fund the emergency response initiative And as he mentioned, the soins continus, which is the continuous care, as we're hoping to break ground in December to build the Health and Wellness Center, will be another source on the mountain that folks will have access to. That'll be technically a second shelter during storms like this that will be a safe haven for folks to bring themselves and their children and arguably their animals as well, because that's what happened this time. And then a local communications infrastructure, radios, megaphones, batteries, solar panels, solar lights to coordinate future disaster responses. So, responsable mabdi deux bagay. Premier mabdou merci ki ou te pran tan paske m konen wap travay 24/24 kounya la. I said I wanted to say thank you to him because I know he's working 24/7, that he made time to be with us today because he's going to go right back out into the work that A.P.H.D and O.D.C.P are doing right now with the community. And responsable m'a expliqué ça chaque tir que nous gagnons pour 10 000, 25 000, 50 000 à ajouter pour nous, pour travail que nous avons fait. So, responsable, moi, merci 1000 fois. Nous connaissons plusieurs bails au besoin de faire. Nous connaissons à retourner encore et qu'à peut-être chaque mardi, nous avons ensemble. Oui, responsable, vous préparez pour ça?
D'accord.
D'accord. Okay. I told him I know he has to go back to work, but is he prepared to be with me like every Tuesday for these updates? And he said yes. So, responsable, merci encore. Et je souhaite les nous arriver n'a pas plus update dans le travail là qu'a fait sous terrain et sous mon Petit-Goâve.
D'accord, responsable. Merci.
Merci. Thank you again. Thank you all for tuning in today. It's important for me. Oh, thank you. I see the folks. Yes, Cliff, I'm doing my best. Thank you. I appreciate you coming on. Yes, my Creole is I'm using all my Creole, Cliff, to translate. I want to thank everybody who came in today. I see Tammy and Cliff and Rosie. I really and Ghetto. Oh my gosh. He's from our other partner community. Thank you so much for coming today. Merci en pile que nous ute avec nous aujourd'hui. This work that is being done is development with dignity. This is not charity. This is not pity. This is us undergirding these folks, coming alongside them. This Eugène that you just heard from is an engineer and an architect. So as he said, their role, A.P.H.D, the association's role in this community is paramount for this work to get done. The community knows them, trusts them, and they are also members of the community that they are reinforcing, that they are developing. So I encourage you, follow us on all the socials, on our Instagram, our Facebook and LinkedIn, and follow me as well on LinkedIn for these updates so that you can see exactly where your donations are going to and how it is really more of a philanthropic investment that you're making in these communities because you're getting a return. You're getting a return. You're seeing what the seeds you're planting, that they are getting watered and that they are growing and that there is a harvest of self-determination, of self-sufficiency, and of development with dignity. So thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And if you miss seeing this today, oh, thank you. You can go to C2C donate to donate to what we're doing here. The emergency response initiative, as we said, is active, specifically set up for the hurricanes. And again, I want to just insert this into the narrative. This didn't just happen out of anywhere. We share the same planet. And on that planet, from June to November in the Caribbean, there is hurricane season. So this is not about recreating the wheel. This is about being in preparedness so that we are prepared for the hurricane. And it wasn't just the Caribbean. I saw flooding in Brooklyn, where I am here in New York, right? So this earth that we all have, we need to take better care of her because all of this global climate change that is going on is why these hurricanes are becoming stronger that the winds are stronger and that they are like laying on top of these of the islands in the Caribbean. And we can do something about that together. So let's support these folks, because literally the data has shown that while they are getting 98% of the impact of global climate change in the Caribbean and in places like South America, it is the 1% of the developed, industrialized world that is creating all of this pollution. I need you to know those numbers, because I don't want you leaving this live thinking, oh, those poor people, the bad things are happening to them. No, it is not those poor people, bad things are happening to them. It is that we live on this one planet together, and something you do locally could have international impact. How you live, how you use your water, how you eat, how you get rid of your trash, all of those things impact the whole world. So please consider to think globally while you act locally, because it will impact. So thank you again for joining me on this episode of Restoring Dignity with C2C. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, bon Dieu béni, God bless you. And remember, main pile chai palou. Many hands make the load lighter. M'pala avec toutes oreilles, parce que m'pa konnen qui dekap tandem. I speak to every ear because I don't know which two will hear me. And I thank you for all the ears that joined me today. God bless you. Thank you.